So I'm walking to the Foreign Correspondents Club of Japan, FCCJ, for an interview. And I'm walking through Hibiya Park, and I have my token face mask as usual. So I should say that Tokyo is such a wonderful city to live and work in, and especially because it's such a walkable city. It's quite usual for me to work for 30 minutes or an hour from the Tokyo station to the Shibuya station, or in this case from Kasumigaseki to Nijubashi, where the FCC is. Because, in some cities, I've been to many cities, and some cities in the United States, for example, it's not made for pedestrians. I mean, people move around by car, and it's not really easy to walk around. And but Tokyo is such a pedestrian-free city, friendly city. Not pedestrian-free. That would be terrible. Excuse my Freudian slip. So I really love to walk from point A to point B. This is the famous Matsumoto station. Maybe I mentioned this in my earlier posts. This is a traditional Western-style restaurant, and they serve curry and rice. And once a year, they serve charity curry and rice for just 100 yen, which is really cheap. But you are supposed to make donations on top of that, which is optional. So we have a beautiful weather in the middle of October. I just had my birthday yesterday. And so I'm 1 year older compared to last birthday, but I don't care about birthdays nowadays so much. And I see food trucks. It's quite, sometimes since I last saw something here because of the corona pandemic. And this is yakisoba, rice ball. Wow, wonderful. Beautiful Japanese food truck. This is donburi, rice ball. They sell beer. Wow, this is wonderful. If I didn't have the interview, I would have loved to sit here and enjoy the food. So anyway, as I said, Tokyo is such a walkable city. Of course, Tokyo has a really intricate network of subways and jail trains, and buses, and you can always, hitch a taxi. But really love to walk because in that way you can make a internal map of Tokyo within your brain, in your hippocampus, and parietal cortex, and other related areas. So I think because I have been walking for such a long time, I have a really detailed map of Tokyo in my brain. That is Imperial Hotel, my favorite. I don't stay there because I live in Tokyo, but I go there for meetings and to have a shot or something. They are very famous for cocktails, and they also pride themselves on cleaning. Many guests from all over the world go to the Imperial Hotel, sorry, not Imperial Palace, another Freudian slip. People are not typically allowed into the Imperial Palace. So tourists from all over the world come to the Imperial Hotel to have their clothes dry cleaned, because the staff there conduct such a meticulous job of dry cleaning your clothes. So when for example, some of your buttons are gone. Suppose one of your buttons is gone, of your shirt, and they would probably remove all the buttons because they cannot if they cannot find suitable one. And oh, this is, by the way, EQ, a musical based on the famous Akira Kurosawa film. It's being on in the Nisei Theater. So yeah, and so they will do that, and also they will, fix your clothes. Of course, you just ask to dry clean them, but the staff at Imperial Hotel would go the lengths of actually doing some serious mending job to your clothes and for free, not for no additional fee, as I understand it. So I hear that people actually accumulate their clothes which needs to be dry cleaned and bring it here, and the Imperial Hotel staff will do a really wonderful job. And oh, by the way, there is this Tokyo Film Festival coming soon. So yeah, and I think that venue will be here. So I don't know, there will be some red carpet sightings. I don't know which film are going to be shown this year. Well, my impression is that Tokyo International Film Festival, well, it's the 33rd film festival. And they have a hard time, competing with the major film festivals like Cannes, Berlin, and Venice. But I think the organizers are doing a great job in making this a unique opportunity to showcase films, probably centered around Asia, which is after a rapidly growing section of the cinematic world. So yeah, this will be great. I wish I could come here. I usually have a hectic schedule. Stupid of me. So yeah. So this is the Tokyo International Film Festival coming to Tokyo, Shibuya specifically, and that is Gojira in front of the Toho building. Did you spot the Gojira? Hallmark Japanese monster. And I'm running again as usual because the traffic light is going to change. So oh yeah, I was carried away and I was talking about the Imperial Hotel, but the main theme of this walk talk is how Tokyo is a walkable city. There are many aspects of it. For example, there are many convenience stores all around Tokyo, so no matter where you are, you would be quite close to a convenience store so that you can get a drink if you're thirsty, and you can use a toilet because in many convenience stores you can use the toilet for free. And what else? Yeah. And there are many restaurants all around Tokyo, so while you're walking, if you're hungry, you can just go into a restaurant, just like that, and have your lunch or supper or breakfast, depending on the time of the day. There are many surprises because, for example, there are many shrines, Shinto Shrines in Tokyo. So when you're walking, it's really likely that you would come near one. So it'll be a great idea to go and pay your respect to the Shinto Shrine. And many Shinto Shrines are supposed to give you some fortune or happiness. So that's a good idea. Also, there are many Buddhist temples. So if you find one, you can pay respect to. And the parks, yes. Tokyo is full of parks. So, again, you can use the toilet in the park. That's what I do. And also you can take a rest. And mind you, it's not just these huge parks like the Hibiya Park. It's in the residential area, for example, there are really many small parks for children, because Japan is a country where we take the challenge of entertaining and nurturing kids seriously. So just run. And what else? Yeah. Many people say that and I agree with these people that walking in Tokyo in winter is really gorgeous. Many people say, especially those people from abroad, say that Tokyo in winter is really, really wonderful. It's wonderful at any time of the year. In spring, you have, of course, the famous cherry blossoms. That's a wonderful time to be in Tokyo. But in winter, the weather is really walkable. I mean, it's not that cold, and the air is crisp and clean, and you can walk for hours. I mean, in winter Tokyo, it's such a wonderful time of the year to walk in Tokyo. So I highly recommend you to come to Tokyo and take a walk or two when things get better. Oh, this is John Love. I've never been a brand person. I never, buy. I do respect John Love. Look at my shoes. I think I bought it for 3,000 yen on the internet. That's about $30. Yeah, that's good enough for me. But we do have these shops. Many of them I don't recognize actually because I don't know too many high brands. Anyway, that's Hermes. I do love Paul Smith over there. So I do sometimes wear Paul Smith t-shirts. So that is fun. Now I'm at the building in which FCCJ is housed. So I'll stop my recording here. FCCJ is in this building, Monoji Nijubashi Bill. So this is where I will have my interview. So check it out.